My drinking took off when I was 16. I had 20 years of drinking before I decided to get recovery. What made me was not just because of the physical side, it was just the consequences of my drinking. But I'd lost a lot over the years of my drinking as well. I have a 17-year-old daughter that I haven't seen since she was 5. That was all because of my drinking, and also, as much as drinking, I also started to use drugs. And this is what I can't actually pinpoint what made me want treatment. To this day, I still don't know what that turning point was to actually just want it. I just knew that I couldn't go on. I travelled from London to the barn. I was very, very anxious. A member of staff that met me at the train station, and it made a difference, just that trip from the train station to actually reaching the barn. To have a one-to-one with a member of staff made it, it was good. I just felt more welcomed. The barn itself I loved it, absolutely loved it. I loved the surroundings, all the staff. In my first stage of recovery at the barn, within a few weeks it was noticeable that how I changed as a person. Obviously I was working their program, which is an AA-based program, the 12 steps. And yeah, I was encouraged a lot by staff to get through the steps, which I found a lot of peace of mind. But people on the outside, friends and family, could already see the change in me while I was at the barn. My opinion is, suffer with alcoholism and drug addiction, you feel that it's a very singled out illness and you're the only one that suffers. But to work alongside other residents that know where you're coming from and what you're talking about, as well as the staff, made a whole difference. The reason I wanted the malt house was because I needed structure. To have left the barn and gone back into the community, it was too much of a done deal for me. I had to further that with a structure, and that's what the malt house offers. It still offers a 5 days a week of a program, which is around relapse prevention, life opportunities, and just working and furthering that structure closer to the edge of going back into the community. To be aware of signs of possible relapse was a big thing to me. Plus I got a good education at the malt house. I left here with some level 1 computer skills, which was all good. One of my biggest concerns on leaving the malt house would be that would be the end of my recovery, in the sense of with Kenwood Trust, but that's not the case. After leaving the malt house, I was housed locally by a local council, and there's an ex-residents group that is held here at the malt house once a fortnight, which we all attend by choice, but it's still good to come and talk about stuff that we might be struggling with, i.e. utility bills or anything, or just experiences of life once we've left the malt house. And it's good to share that with other ex-residents, and that's staffed by one member of staff. Also, the offer of counselling once we leave the malt house is still open to offer if there's anything we need to sit down and talk about on a one-to-one basis. New beginnings with family and friends, new lives, new relationships that had died before I came into recovery are now alive and kicking. All those fears about coming into recovery and coming into a rehab with a program, none of that anxiety that I had about that is compared to staying in addiction. It's the biggest stepping stone to what we all really want, and that's a new life, and that's what Kenwood has given me. A great start of recovery, very comfortable recovery, and a good start in a new life.